Hey, this is Mike, and I want to talk to you about building traffic. I got a forwarded message to me, and I believe that this is a common question. And instead of answering it in an email or on the forum, I thought I'd make a video because ultimately, 80% of everyone who's in Make Market Launch, that will be you, statistically speaking, is going to ask this question in some form or another, and I want to answer it right now, right here. And I'm going to essentially tell you what this is all about, and then I'm going to read the letter to you, and then I'm going to answer the question and summarize it, okay? So this is all about, at the end of the day, is this. The question is, my client, blah, 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 is the blank market going to be difficult to get in front of without spending a lot of money on advertising? Is there some sort of research I can do or gather proof online that I can reach the intended audience with limited expense or find JV partners to help promote the program? Okay, so I'm going to explain and read this entire letter to you in a moment, but I left out the specific business type right now because your business isn't special, nor is it different. That's right, every single business in the entire universe is exactly the same way. Why? Because what you need to do is get traffic, make sure that that traffic is qualified. In other words, it's the people you're looking for. You need to present an offer to them that they'll raise their hands and say, I want that, or at least say, I want more information. And then you need to present an offer so they will open up their wallets and buy from you. So I will read the rest of this letter to you right now because, again, I think it's representative of what most people are asking, okay, which is, I'm using Make Market Launch to help my clients launch their products. I have a full-service web design company that builds marketing systems for businesses, setting up all the web-related parts of a business. I started adding information marketing as one of our products. Great, okay? I have one client who's paid for our services to launch their program. I have several others who are on the fence to sign up. My one prospect has a program that helps people who are upside down on their mortgages, and they help negotiate with the banks to get out of their homes with dignity and without letting it ruin the rest of their lives. Nice. One of the questions my prospects has for me, and I'm posing to you, is they've spent a lot of money with marketing companies that couldn't deliver traffic and ultimately sales to their business. They're being very cautious with me in spending any money because they don't want to waste more money and not get any results. That's fair enough. Is the foreclosure market going to be difficult to get in front of without spending a lot of money on advertising? Is there some sort of research I can do or gather proof online that I can reach the intended audience with limited expense or find JV partners to help promote the program? I am only on Module 3, and maybe this is covered with greater detail. I've had the same problem in the past with businesses in getting affordable traffic and being able to convert that traffic into sales. Since I've been through the first 3 modules, my concerns of marketing and creating offers has been reduced dramatically, and I'm confident that I can write copy that converts. I'm still a little shaky in getting qualified leads at reasonable prices. Can you help me with this question? So my guess is this is you too. And the first thing I'm going to tell you is make certain that you watch the list building course that Pam and I put together for you, and this was a recording from our last big mastermind meeting. It's very, very helpful. It will teach you a lot about some of the best strategies that I'm currently using to generate lists and qualified leads. And I'm going to guide you through the step-by-step process and what you need to do right now. And first say that the modules created and presented in the Make Market Launch system are exactly what you need to go through in order to get through this process. But again, my goal here is to shortcut it a little bit. So I'll first say, after you've watched that list building video, it will go through how to buy targeted lists and get access to targeted lists, including buyer lists. One of the resources is a company called Nextmark, and it's talked about in this little mini course. But the next thing that I will tell you is Facebook happens to be a fantastic place to find qualified leads, especially, I would guess, in the foreclosure market. That's my suspicion. I know that the biggest, most important module you want to go through is the one on avatars. Why? Because if you're working with a client right now, whether it's you or someone else, ideally you'll have your ideal buyer figured out, okay? And it would be, let's pretend it's 55 to 65-year-old women who, turns out if you just ran a profile and you examined who all of your best customers have ever been in the history that you've ever been selling products, you might find that they are 55 to 65-year-old women, college educated, married, maybe they watch a certain television program or whatever. key is you could identify and find that exact person, that exact group on Facebook, and Facebook will even tell you how many of them are in Facebook. You can literally create an advertisement in Facebook, and it takes about 15 minutes to do. It is pathetically simple, okay? Next, you will drive that traffic to an offer. Now, the offer should be a lead generation page. So, for example, a squeeze page, that would be something that you can create in Traffic Geyser or Instant Custom. Remember, you can try those out for $1 each. That was a shameless plug, but you can use any software. It doesn't matter what it is. And once you have that lead, you're going to deliver some free videos, maybe a buyer's guide, maybe a webinar or teleseminar, all about how to make that pain go away. So in the foreclosure market, it would be, are you having trouble making your home payments? Visit this page for a free recorded message or a free video on how to get out of it and be able to recover with dignity and da-da-da-da-da in this amount of time, whatever it happens to be. And then from there, you have to present your offer, which is for them to do something and actually buy the system. Now, at this point, it's all about the metrics because most businesses fail at this, okay? The reason why they weren't getting qualified leads or traffic is because they probably had a rotten offer or they're targeting the wrong people. That's most of the time what the problem is, or their lead generation system is terrible. So let's say, for example, I'm going to give you some real life statistics. So let's just say, for example, that when you put together a Facebook ad, the typical cost per click is around $1.50 to, let's say, $2.50, okay? So that means every time someone sees your ad and they click on it, what will happen is they will be sent to either a web page of your choice or a Facebook like page or whatever the heck it is. I recommend doing a physical page with an offer on it. Now, if you're in the foreclosure market, you might have a free 15-minute video on how to stop paying for your mortgage, how to get out without it destroying your credit rating, and to blah, blah, blah in such amount of time, okay? Now, typically, if you have a good offer on a squeeze page and you're driving qualified traffic to it, you can expect that your conversion rate will be around 20% to as high as 50%. So, I'm going to just use 25% as an example here. Okay, so if you're paying, let's say, $2 per click on Facebook and your conversion rate was 25%, that would mean for every 4 visitors that go to your page, 1 of them opts in. So what does that mean? You're paying, if it's $2 a click, you're paying about $8 per lead. Okay, that's $8. Now the next question that you'd ask if you're working with your foreclosure company is, for every 100 leads you get, you'd want to say 100 qualified leads you get, how many convert into buyers? And they might say, well, it's about 10. Okay, so that means they have a 10% conversion rate. So if you did the math, and we knew now that for every 1 click that you're paying $2 for and sending it to your lead capture page, that 1 out of 4 convert, you're paying $8 per lead, and you multiply that times 10, because 1 out of 10 actually buy the product, that would be $8 times 10, right? So that'd be $80 per lead, or per sale rather, that you'd be paying. And if they're selling a $500 product and they're paying $80 per sale, probably be a pretty good deal, okay? So those are the metrics. That's what you need to know in order to do this. And at that point, your whole business becomes a math problem. Okay, but it can't be a math problem until you know who you're selling to, what kind of thing they respond to in order to provide their contact information to get more information so you can actually get that lead, and then what kind of an offer you need to present at how much to get them to buy. Okay, so that's really what the whole psychology of business comes down to. And as I said earlier, your business isn't different and you're not special. Okay, I mean that a little facetiously, of course, but the whole point of me telling you that is this, and I'm making the beeping stop in the background right now. Every business has the exact same problem. Qualified leads, a good offer, and converting that lead into a sale so you make money, and doing it cost effectively on a consistent basis. But What you'll find, and what everyone who's successful at business finds, is once they find qualified lead sources and know what their metrics are, all they have to do is buy leads and send them to the funnel and make sure that they're able to deliver on their promises. Nothing better than a digital product, for example, where you can drop in as many customers as you can possibly have if you don't have support issues. Okay? But that should answer your question, and hopefully it will get you from point A to point B. But just remember, A, have faith in the system, go through all 7 modules. B, watch the list building course that's also available inside the membership area. And the last thing I'm going to encourage you to do is make absolutely certain you sign up right now to attend the live event for Make Market Launch, because there you're going to get more tips just like this one, and you're going to get in an environment, in a room where you're going to get immersed in some of the best strategies for lead generation, list building, and conversions and sales, and you're actually going to watch us make, market, and launch a product live right in front of your very eyes. So make sure you register now before our room block is gone, and you take advantage of this amazing and what I think is going to be an incredibly exciting event. How's that for a shameless plug? I hope you got something out of this video, and hope it answered the 80% of the question that I get all the time. All right, see you soon. Bye-bye.